Well, it's time to look back on how things went in the third round with our American Hockey League team. And I guess I gotta explain why I have not been uploading new content recently. Anyway, let's bring up the card as it's time for another video with... Hi there, it's Brett Hornby here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel, and welcome back to another video with Stockton Heat Quick Hits. We're in the 2022 Calder Cup Playoffs, and now we're going to recap how things went in the third round best of 5 series between the Stockton Heat, which is the Calgary Flames affiliate. They were taking on the Colorado Eagles, who happen to be the Colorado Avalanche affiliate, and I'm going to say some history was made in this series when I'm about to recap and share how things went, and are we moving on to the fourth round in the conference final. But before I get into the notes and recap the series, of course, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fan's journey, just make sure you hit like, subscribe, home the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, Stampeders, as well as the Cavalry FC. However, I'm going to have to explain that I have definitely been much busier the last couple weeks. It's going to be a couple weeks between my last upload till the new one. This happens to be the video that's going to break the drought, but definitely was not on vacation. I had an extremely busy weekend and feeling a little so-so, and had some family business to attend. We're, getting to that age that, some members of the family start passing away, so I had to say goodbye to my Aunt Marge on my father's side, so I had to do that as well, and, just been too busy and too tired, so I'm starting to play catch-up. So I didn't forget the Stockton Heat. Of course, I gotta still talk about the Calgary Flames and their Battle of Alberta, and of course I have my Cavalry FC and Stampeders game recaps to start their seasons off, and I do have some local news, sports stories, so they're all starting to come now. Just bear with me. I am playing catch-up right now. I just don't have a bottle of catch-up to show you to be funny, but that's why it's been so long since it's been uploading. So anyway, let's get to the task at hand, and to mention the Stockton Heat were taking on the Colorado Eagles. So here we go. So now for the third round in the Calder Cup Playoffs, the Stockton Heat did have home ice advantage, but if you look at the previous video where I talked about the schedule, they had home ice advantage. They just couldn't get the rink availability. So did that play a story in the series with the Colorado Eagles, because the Stockton Heat finished first in the Pacific Division, while the Colorado Eagles finished third in the Pacific Division. Well, it's interesting how the series played out, with exception of one game. So game one of the series happened on Monday, May the 23rd, as the Stockton Heat, they were hosting the Colorado Eagles. 7:30 puck drop at the Stockton Arena, and it was a 5-0 win for the Stockton Heat to take a 1-0 lead in this best of 5 series. So first to 3 would be the winner. Justin Kirkland, he had 2 goals and 1 assist. He's definitely had one heck of a playoffs. As well as Matthew Phillips and Andy Wilnowski each had a goal and assist. And Ichi Taloa had the other goal, so that's the 5 goals in total. And actually, given how highly touted prospect Dustin Wolf is for the Calgary Flames, this actually was his first shutout. So yeah, I kept, when I did the Stockton Heat quick hits during my Calgary Flames game recaps, I keep thinking, this guy hasn't had a shutout yet. This actually was his first shutout in the American Hockey level. Not a better time to pick getting a shutout in the start of the third round in the Calder Cup Playoffs. So he made 23 saves in the shutout, and the Stockton Heat outshot the Colorado Eagles 30-23. So that was game one. Game 2, this happened the next day on Tuesday, May the 24th. Once again, the Stockton Heat were hosting the Colorado Eagles, 7:30 puck drop at the Stockton Arena. And actually, once again, the Stockton Heat won, but this time just 1-0 to take a 2-0 series lead before the scene shifts to Colorado. It was Justin Kirkland who scored the only goal for the Stockton Heat, the only goal in this game. And Dustin Wolf with his second shutout in as many games. He made 27 saves in the shutout. This time, the Colorado Eagles, they actually outshot the Stockton Heat 27-24. So now the Stockton Heat have a 2-0 lead heading off to Colorado for Game 3. And actually, I've got to look up the city quickly where the Colorado Eagles play out of. At Loveland, Colorado. That's where the Colorado Eagles play. So now they're off to Loveland, where this series shifts. So Game 3 just happened on Friday, May the 27th. Now this time the Colorado Eagles hosting the Stockton Heat, and this was at the Budweiser Event Center. 7:05 puck drop, first elimination game of the series. Well, in this game, definitely was blowing wide open over the Stockton Heat. Were on the wrong end of this one. It was 6-5 in overtime. Matthew Phillips had 2 goals and 1 assist for Stockton, as well as Jacob Pelche. He had 1 goal and 1 assist. Martin Pospisil and Walker Dewar each had a goal for the 5 in total. Dustin Wolf, he made 32 saves in the loss. And it was Jean-Luc Foudy who scored the overtime winner for the Colorado Eagles. This was at the 10:07 minute mark, and I looked at the last name, and Foudy, it sounded familiar with a Columbus Blue Jacket player, and this is the brother of Liam Foudy, who plays for the Columbus Blue Jackets, so there's a potentially another Foudy brother coming into the NHL. So the Stockton Heat were not able to eliminate the Colorado Eagles in Game 3, and with this overtime game, the Stockton Heat did actually outshoot the Colorado Eagles 44-38, but Colorado had a 7-6 shots edge in overtime. So because of that, we needed a 4th game that cuts the lead to 2-1 for the Stockton Heat. So Game 4, this happened on Sunday, May the 29th, and this was another 7:05 puck drop at the Budweiser Event Center. And did the Stockton Heat finish off the Colorado Eagles, or was a 5th game decided? And if this game series needed a 5th game, it would have actually been still in Colorado, because the arena availability wasn't there for the Stockton Heat. However, things, I guess you could say, kind of went back to normal, as the Stockton Heat, they won this one 1-0 to shut out the Colorado Eagles, eliminate them, and win the series 3-1. Well, Justin Kirkland, he actually scored the game-winning goal in every game of this series, and Dustin Wolf, with Colorado facing elimination at home, they outshot the Stockton Heat 40-35, so Dustin Wolf made 40 saves in the shutout, so he had 3 shutouts in this series alone. And actually, this is significant, because if you look at the series recap on the Stockton Heat and the American Hockey League website, it mentioned Wolf, who also blanked the Eagles in games 1 and 2, made 40 saves to join Mika Noronen of the Rochester Americans, who did that in 2000, and Gord Henry of the Hershey Bears back in 1947 as the only goaltenders to ever record 3 shutouts in a single Calder Cup Playoff series. And also, it doesn't mention about the length of the series, but this was a best of 5, which you needed to win 3 games. So this definitely is a huge story for Dustin Wolf, as he made some history, as I mentioned. And also mentions, despite allowing 6 goals in Game 3, and those are all the 6 goals that Dustin Wolf allowed in the 4 games of the series, it was 6-1 in the playoffs, because that was also the first game the Stockton Heat lost in the playoffs. He actually finished the series with a 144 goals against average, and a .953 save percentage. These are Jake Ottinger-like numbers against the Colorado club that ranked second in scoring in the American Hockey League. So could this boost some confidence for Dustin Wolf, for who the Stockton Heat happened to draw in the next round? Because the Stockton Heat, by the virtue of eliminating the Colorado Eagles, there will be another video with the Stockton Heat quick hits. Kind of spoiler alert, as soon as I'm recording this one, I'm going to be recording the next one as I am playing catch-up. So I said the Stockton Heat wins this series 3-1. So now if you look at the bracket on who else is advancing in the playoffs in the American Hockey League, so as I mentioned with the Stockton Heat eliminating the Colorado Eagles 3-1, who do the Stockton Heat get to play in the next round for the conference championship? It was either going to be between the Chicago Wolves or the Milwaukee Admirals. Well, I guess how fate would have it, the Stockton Heat will be taking on the Chicago Wolves. So you got the top two teams in the league facing off each other in the conference championship. And this series coming up will be a best of 7. Chicago eliminated the Milwaukee Admirals 3-1, with Chicago having first place and the best record in the American Hockey League. The Chicago Wolves actually will have home ice in this series, not the Stockton Heat. So that is the Western Conference. Chicago Wolves will be taking on the Stockton Heat. In the Eastern Conference, there were a couple of upsets as the Springfield Thunderbirds, the American Atlantic Division 2 seed, defeated the Charlotte Checkers 3-0, so they advance. So who does the Springfield Thunderbirds take on? Well, they actually will be taking on the Laval Rocket, who actually was the number 3 seed in the North Division. They swept the Rochester Americans, who were number 5 in the North Division, 3-0. So both Springfield and Laval swept their series. So the final 4 in the Calder Cup Playoffs, you'll have the Springfield Thunderbirds, who are the St. Louis Blues affiliate. They will be taking on the Laval Rocket, and the Laval Rocket is the Montreal Canadiens affiliate. And then the Chicago Wolves are affiliated with the Carolina Hurricanes. So take that for what it's worth. And of course the Calgary Flames for the conference finals. So that is the Stockton Heat quick hits. When it comes to recapping the third round, that yes, the Stockton Heat were successful in defeating the Colorado Eagles, and Dustin Wolf made some goaltending history in the process. So anyways, like to say, if you want to follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey, home the Flames, Hitmen, Roughnecks, Stampeders, as well as the Calgary FC, just make sure you hit like, subscribe, as I mostly do talk Calgary sports on my YouTube channel, recapping games and stories now. And as I mentioned, I am starting to play catch-up in that apartment, but another apartment that I haven't had as much time to make content in, but I do have it in my library right now, is I do also have a variety of non-sports content, like personal vlogs. Attempt to call me and do share my experience on the road or sport event. I'm not too sure when I'll get back to doing some vlogging on the go, but if that all sounds like it'd be interesting to watch, do follow along with this Calgary sports fans journey. You know you do, just make sure you hit like, subscribe. I'll send my other social links down in the description below for other ways you can follow me. And I do have my second channel in Brett Hornby Shorts, where I exclusively put my short form content on there. So of course I appreciate like, subscribe both here on my main channel as well as my second channel. So yeah, in the next video we'll preview the 4th round series, where the Stockton Heat will be taking on the Chicago Wolves. So in the meantime, let's go Heat. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.